Wow.
Some Michael Jackson.
Some Michael Jackson.
On the cover of...
On the cover of Rolling Stone. What issue is this?
From 19...
This is number 81.
From 71.
From 71. I mean, I just finished watching the Off the Wall documentary. And if you ever think you're doing well in your career, you should definitely go watch that, because you're absolutely nowhere near what this guy was doing.
That my mother and my father and my grandfather laid through civil rights, what Michael Jackson did with music videos and the Brownie
in general. And the beat right now is about Michael Jackson, his birthday, us celebrating, keeping his spirit alive. And they gave me a glove. I'm gonna take this to the house.
Say Michael Jackson!
That you were an artist in this century and was not influenced by Michael. You know, I consider myself very fortunate to have had the opportunity to share the stage with him, to know him personally. And, I am always gonna remember.
Michael Jackson and Prince are two of the most iconic figures in music history, each leaving an indelible mark on the industry and the hearts of millions. With their unique sounds, groundbreaking performances, and legendary personas, both artists rose to superstardom in the late 1970s and 1980s. However, beneath the surface of their extraordinary talent lay a rivalry that captivated fans and fueled speculation for decades. While both were undeniably brilliant, their contrasting styles and approaches to music created a palpable tension between them. Jackson, often referred to as the King of Pop, was known for his smooth vocals, elaborate dance moves, and iconic music videos that transformed the landscape of pop music. In contrast, Prince, a musical genius in his own right, showcased an eclectic blend of funk, rock, and R&B, marked by his flamboyant stage presence and provocative lyrics. Their paths intertwined throughout their careers, leading to a competition that was both professional and personal. From chart-topping hits to groundbreaking albums, the two artists often found themselves vying for the same accolades, drawing the media's attention and setting the stage for a rivalry that would go down in music history. But what lay at the heart of this animosity? Was it merely a battle for supremacy in the music industry, or were there deeper issues at play? In this exploration of their tumultuous relationship, we will delve into the early interactions between Jackson and Prince, the clash of their personalities, and the rumors that fueled their feud. Join us as we uncover the story behind their rivalry, exploring the complexities that define their relationship. What drove these two musical legends apart, and how did their differences shape the music we know and love today? Early careers and rising fame. The late 1970s marked a significant turning point in the music landscape, with two prodigious talents emerging to dominate the charts, Michael Jackson and Prince. Both artists, though rooted in different musical traditions, would soon ascend to the heights of fame, forever altering the trajectory of popular music. Michael Jackson's journey began in the Jackson 5, where he dazzled audiences with his incredible vocal range and electrifying performances. The group, formed in 1964, showcased the talents of the Jackson siblings, but it was young Michael who stood out as the star. By the time he was just 11 years old, he had already captured the hearts of millions with hits like I Want You Back and ABC. His childhood was filled with the pressures of fame, a reality that would shape his future endeavors. In contrast, Prince Rogers Nelson, born on June 7, 1958 in Minneapolis, Minnesota, was a musical prodigy who emerged from a different background. By the time he was as both artists rose to prominence, the late 70s and early 80s became a fertile ground for their musical exploration. Jackson released the landmark album Off the Wall in 1979, showcasing his evolution as a solo artist. The album featured hits like Don't Stop Till You Get Enough and Rock With You, establishing him as a force in the music industry. Jackson's signature dance moves and the emergence of groundbreaking music videos set a new standard for artists, pushing the boundaries of creativity in entertainment. Meanwhile, Prince was also making waves with his distinct style and sound. His album, 1999, released in 1982, featured the title track that blended infectious melodies with provocative themes. The boldness of his artistry and refusal to conform to industry norms drew attention and garnered a dedicated following. Prince's electrifying live performances became legendary, leaving audiences mesmerized by his musical prowess and charisma.
Wow.
Some Michael Jackson.
Some Michael Jackson.
On the cover of
on the cover of Rolling Stone. What issue is this?
From 19.
This is number 81.
From 71.
From 71. I mean, I just finished watching the Off the Wall documentary, and if you ever think you're doing well in your career, you should definitely go watch that, because you're absolutely nowhere near what this guy was doing.
Why does this?
Why does this 11-year-old stay up past his bedtime? Because he is the greatest entertainer of all time, and that's what you have to do. You have to push yourself, and he pushed himself further and further. Did things that I can't even comprehend, like choreographed dancing and all instruments, like playing instruments, everything. I mean, he was the greatest.
However, as both stars reached dizzying heights, a subtle tension began to brew. With each new release, the media often pitted them against one another, emphasizing their differences rather than celebrating their unique contributions to music. While fans adored both artists, the narrative of rivalry began to take hold, setting the stage for a complex relationship marked by admiration, competition, and ultimately, disdain. As we move forward, we will explore the early interactions between Michael Jackson and Prince, the moments that sparked their rivalry, and the competing egos that would soon lead to a clash of titans. What events fueled their animosity, and how did their contrasting personalities shape their paths in the music industry? The origins of tension. As Michael Jackson and Prince each carved out their respective places in the music industry, the early 1980s witnessed the rise of a rivalry that would captivate the public and leave an enduring legacy of competition. The stage was set not just by their musical prowess, but also by a series of key events that fueled the growing tension between the two icons. The first seeds of discord were planted during the American Music Awards in 1980. Michael Jackson was awarded the coveted title of Favorite Soul/R&B Male Artist, solidifying his status as the reigning king of pop. As he accepted the award, Prince, who was rapidly gaining recognition for his eclectic style and electrifying performances, sat in the audience, his expression a mixture of admiration and disdain. While it was a pivotal moment for Jackson, it also served as a catalyst for Prince, who felt overshadowed by Jackson's immense popularity. Despite their competitive spirits, the two artists initially shared a mutual respect for each other's talents. Reports suggest that they would occasionally engage in friendly banter, each aware of the other's influence on the music scene. However, as Jackson's popularity surged with the release of Thriller in 1982, Prince's frustration began to mount. With the record becoming the best-selling album of all time, Jackson's ascension felt almost insurmountable, and the media's incessant comparisons only intensified the pressure. Their rivalry was further complicated by public perception. The media thrived on the narrative of a feud, amplifying every interaction and seemingly pitting the two against each other. In interviews, both artists were often asked to comment on the other, leading to tension-filled exchanges. Jackson, known for his softer demeanor, would often choose his words carefully, while Prince, with his unapologetic confidence, would occasionally take subtle jabs at Jackson, leaving fans speculating about the true nature of their relationship. The infamous Purple Rain tour in 1985 marked a turning point. Prince had invited Jackson to join him on stage, but the collaboration never materialized, leaving fans wondering what could have been. Reports later surfaced that Prince had felt slighted when Jackson's team declined the offer, leading to whispers of animosity simmering beneath the surface. In the years that followed, both artists continued to release hit after hit, yet the rivalry loomed larger than life. Their contrasting personalities only added fuel to the fire. Jackson's public persona was that of the gentle, enigmatic star, while Prince embraced his role as the audacious, boundary-pushing artist. These differences would only serve to further divide their fan bases, creating a Team Michael versus Team Prince mentality that persists among music enthusiasts even today. As we delve deeper into the rivalry, we will explore the iconic moments that defined their contentious relationship, the competing egos that shaped their paths, and the events that led to their estrangement. What moments would solidify their status as rivals, and how would their differing approaches to fame ultimately shape their legacy?
He says,
In my life and creativity, it's been challenging. Yeah, it's been challenging and everything, but I was able to ascend to massive levels of heights and never stopped, right? Because of the foundation that my mother and my father and my grandfather laid through civil rights, what Michael Jackson did with music videos and the Brownie vote. There would be no Kanye West if it wasn't for Michael Jackson.
The clash of personalities. At the heart of the rivalry between Michael Jackson and Prince lay starkly contrasting personalities that shaped their public personas and private lives. While both were immensely talented, their approaches to fame, artistry, and personal expression were fundamentally different, leading to a dynamic that fueled their animosity. Michael Jackson, known for his gentle demeanor and childlike innocence, was often seen as the embodiment of pop culture's bright side. He captivated audiences with his incredible talent, innovative dance moves, and visually stunning music videos. His carefully curated image was that of a perfectionist, someone who poured his heart and soul into every performance. Jackson was a master at connecting with his fans, often presenting himself as a vulnerable figure who spoke to themes of love, hope, and unity in his music. In contrast, Prince was the epitome of boldness and audacity. His enigmatic persona was shrouded in a mystique that captivated fans and critics alike. Known for his flamboyant fashion choices, provocative lyrics, and unapologetic sexuality, Prince reveled in pushing boundaries. He often challenged societal norms and expectations, making him a trailblazer in the industry. Where Jackson was soft and approachable, Prince was fierce and unyielding, thriving in the unconventional. These stark differences in personality led to misunderstandings and competitive tension. In interviews, the clash of their egos came to a head during the 1985 American Music Awards when Michael Jackson's historic win left Prince feeling slighted. Rumors circulated that Prince was visibly upset during the ceremony, leading many to speculate about the true nature of their relationship. The media seized upon these moments, amplifying the narrative of a feud that seemed to grow more pronounced with each passing year. Behind the scenes, friends and colleagues observed the growing rift between the two. Some claimed that jealousy fueled the rivalry, with both artists vying for the title of the King of Pop. The competition was palpable, particularly during the release of major albums like Jackson's Bad and Prince's Around the World in a Day. Both were aiming for the top spot in the charts, and the press coverage only intensified the stakes. Despite the rivalry, there were glimpses of respect for one another's artistry. During a concert in 1988, Prince reportedly invited Jackson to perform, but the collaboration never came to fruition. The missed opportunity was emblematic of their relationship, two musical giants who, despite their talent and mutual admiration, remained locked in a battle of egos and competing visions. As we continue to explore the tumultuous relationship between Michael Jackson and Prince, we will uncover the defining moments that further exacerbated their rivalry and the cultural impact it had on the music industry. What pivotal events solidified their status as rivals, and how did their contrasting approaches to fame ultimately shape their legacies in the annals of music history?
You know, Michael Jackson, his music, his spirit represented love and peace around the whole world, and it influenced me in what I do, you know what I'm saying? So for me to come through is just showing love and respect and paying homage to a great artist who meant so much to music in general. And the peep right now is about Michael Jackson, his birthday, us celebrating, keeping his spirit alive. And they gave me a glove. I'm gonna take this to the house.
Say Michael Jackson!
Music and artistic rivalry. As Michael Jackson and Prince continued to ascend in the music industry, their artistic rivalry became increasingly pronounced. Both artists were not only selling millions of records, but also pushing the boundaries of what music could represent, leading to a competitive spirit that drove them to outdo each other creatively. Their rivalry was not just personal, it became an intricate part of their artistic identities. In the early 1980s, Michael Jackson released Thriller, which would go on to become the best-selling album of all time. The title track, along with hits like Billie Jean and Beat It, showcased Jackson's innovative use of music videos and his ability to merge pop with elements of rock and funk. His collaborations with renowned producers like Quincy Jones brought a level of sophistication to his sound that captivated audiences worldwide. Jackson's meticulous attention to detail, songs often tackled provocative themes, pushing societal boundaries and challenging norms in a way that made him a cultural icon. The competition between Jackson and Prince reached a fever pitch during awards season, particularly at the 1985 American Music Awards. While Jackson dominated the night with multiple awards, Prince felt the sting of being overshadowed. The media eagerly highlighted their contrasting styles, framing their rivalry in sensational terms that only intensified the public's interest. It was during these moments that the narratives of a feud began to solidify, feeding into the mythos surrounding both artists. As their careers progressed, the media continued to stoke the flames of rivalry. Articles comparing their album releases, sales figures, and even their performances created a narrative that framed them as oppositional forces in the music industry. Jackson's polished pop sound was often juxtaposed with Prince's raw, edgy style, leading to heated discussions among fans and critics alike. The idea of Team Michael versus Team Prince began to permeate music culture, creating a divide that resonated with audiences. In 1989, when Prince released Bad Dance as part of the Batman soundtrack, it marked a pivotal moment in their rivalry. Jackson's album Bad had been released the previous year, and both artists were vying for dominance in a rapidly changing music landscape. The success of Bad Dance reignited discussions about their competing artistry, and fans were left to debate whose influence was more significant in shaping the sound of the era. Yet, behind the competitive exterior, there were hints of mutual respect. Interviews with colleagues revealed that both artists admired each other's talents, even as they were portrayed as rivals. Those who worked with them noted that their creative processes were fueled by a desire to innovate, leading to groundbreaking music that would define a generation. As we delve deeper into the artistic rivalry between Michael Jackson and Prince, we will explore the iconic moments that defined their competitive spirit, the influence of their music on the industry, and how their legacies continue to resonate today. How did their artistic choices reflect their personalities? And what impact did their rivalry have on the evolution of pop and rock music? In the world of celebrity, rumors can spread like wildfire, and few rivalries have been as rich with speculation as that between Michael Jackson and Prince. As their careers soared, the media eagerly seized upon every interaction, often amplifying tensions and creating narratives that fueled public interest. The rumors surrounding their relationship were as varied as they were sensational, and many still persist today. One of the most intriguing aspects of their rivalry was the perception that both artists were in constant competition, not just for awards but for the hearts of fans and the title of the ultimate musical innovator. Media outlets often published headlines that portrayed them as bitter enemies, even when their interactions were more nuanced. This led to a perception that any mention of one would inevitably involve the other, igniting speculation about a feud that extended beyond their professional lives. One notable rumor emerged during the 1985 American Music Awards when Jackson swept multiple casts, turning what could have been a celebration of their artistry into a moment of tension. Another layer of speculation came from their differing musical styles and personal choices. As Jackson embraced the polished pop sound and meticulously crafted music videos, Prince leaned into a raw, eclectic blend of genres. This divergence led to conversations about authenticity versus commercial success, with some fans claiming Jackson's music was too commercialized while others argued that Prince's style was too niche. The media exploited these narratives, further entrenching the rivalry in the public consciousness. In addition to their artistic differences, rumors about their personal lives began to surface. Speculation about Prince's supposed disdain for Jackson's mainstream appeal and Jackson's view of Prince as an enigmatic rival created a narrative of two artists locked in a battle for supremacy. In various interviews, both artists were asked pointed questions about each other, often leading to evasive or cryptic responses that only fueled the fire. Prince, known for his aloof demeanor, would occasionally make veiled comments about the king, while Jackson often chose to deflect questions about Prince entirely. Moreover, the speculation surrounding their rivalry took a darker turn in the years following Jackson's death in 2009. Some conspiracy theories suggested that the rivalry had escalated to a point of animosity that involved backhanded comments and public slights. This narrative became particularly popular among fans who yearned for a dramatic story behind the two legends. As we move forward in our exploration of the rivalry between Michael Jackson and Prince, we will delve deeper into the significant moments that defined their relationship and the lasting impact of these rumors on their legacies. How did these speculations shape public perceptions of both artists, and what lasting effects did they have on the music industry as a whole?